Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach one of Rugal who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth of risk and lives through the four corners of the earth. To the Akwathim listen, learn in sincerity and the truth and the silence. Shalom. Akyam meaning brothers, Akwathim meaning sisters, Shalom meaning peace be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto here with another lesson. Economists are starting to worry about a serious Trump recession, right? In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right? America the Great, Babylon the Great is in a position of difficulty, right? And it's going to continue to compound and get worse, right? The Lord's putting the spirit on these ruling class elites, these Edomites, these banking cartels, these banking families. The Lord's putting the spirit on them to use their puppets, who are their politicians, to push forward on the NWO, right? All roads lead to the MOTB, right? And in order for these elites to bring in the MOTB, the NWO, they have to collapse this thing. They got to they got to collapse the economy, collapse currency, money, trade, GDP. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, right? You Israelites, right? Return to your power, Yahweh Shem Shai. While you're young men, right? Men usually wake up into the truth while they're still young men, able-bodied. While the evil days come not, right? Evil meaning bad times, right? So while the bad times come not, right? Because the time of Jacob's trouble is coming. All hell breaking loose is coming. Thus saith the scriptures. Right? A time like no other. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? Because the time of Jacob's trouble is not going to be a pleasurable experience, right? It's not going to be a time of pleasure. Right now, Jay's consumed with pleasure and mirth and selfies and TikTok challenges, right? But the times are coming where all that's going to be an afterthought. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, right? The sun, the light, and the moon is symbolic of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Be not darkened, meaning what? The access to this truth, right? These video pistols going out in the time of Jacob's trouble, there's going to be no video pistols going out. The internet will probably be down. A cyber attack, who knows what Esau is going to do to bring in the family of the word. But you're not going to be able to access the names of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The men of the Lord are not going to be on highways and byways in the time of Jacob's trouble. And video pistols are not going to be going out during the times of Jacob's trouble. FEMA camps are going to be everywhere. Anarchy, chaos, right? Nor the clouds return after the rain. Here's the point. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The keepers of the house, these economists, right? This article said here, economists are starting to worry about a serious Trump recession, right? And listen, a recession, it's not going to be a recession. It's going to be hyperinflation. It's going to be money is useless. Scriptures say they shall cast their gold and silver into the streets. Ezekiel chapter 7. Right? That have money, the rich people who are primarily Edomites. You know, there's some Jakes that got money, right? But primarily Esau, Edom. These other nations, Ishmael and them, Elam and them, they got money. Ishmael got all the bodegas and corner stores, along with Elam. Up here in Canada, Elam's got all the gas stations, man. Right? So rich people are going to be brought low, right? No access to their cash, a cyber attack, Jacob's trouble, right? You got rumblings of joblessness, right? There's an article here I had it queued up, um, right here. Trump warns 1 million federal workers might be fired in wild Doge cabinet meeting monologue. They are on the bubble, right? A lot of people gonna lose their jobs out here, man. Right now, Trump and got their crosshairs on federal workers, workers, right? The pen pushers, right? Scripture say many great miseries. Matter of fact, let's get it. And the scripture's coming out a lot, right? Because we're in the time of prophecy. Second Ezra 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, right? Many great, says here, great miseries, right? Because they have walked in great pride, right? America the Great, Babylon the Great is the poster boy of pride, right? It says here, Donald Trump's assault on the U.S. federal government and the world's interlinked manufacturing system have together reached an economic tipping point. It seems almost unavoidable that we are headed for a deep, deep recession, said Jesse Rothstein, Berkeley professor and former chief economist at the U.S. Labor Department. Right, and it's not going to be no recession, man. It's going to be hyperinflation, right? Once the pace of job losses crosses a critical line, the multiplier effects can snowball suddenly. Professor Rothstein said monthly non-farm payrolls, economic health, watched closely by markets, could turn viciously negative by late spring. Contracting at rates surpassed only during the worst months of the EMIC, right, and the Lehman crisis in 2008. I think we're going to see historically large drops. Losses of $400,000 a month are not implausible because people are getting nervous out there. It is not just the federal employees being fired, it's all the other people worried they could be next. So they are cutting back too, he told the Telegraph. Tostin Slock of Apollo Global said layoffs could approach 1 million after factoring in the fact, Slovakia. Layoffs could approach 1 million after factoring in the likely chain reaction through contractors. We are starting to worry about the downside risk to the economy and markets, he said. Right? Layoffs, man. Right? Joblessness. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The economists, and the strong men shall bow themselves, the rich, and the grinders cease because there are few jobs and few workers, right? Cease, meaning what? Stop. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? Looking out of the windows, right? What does the future hold? What's tomorrow look like? Dark, not promising. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? For lease signs, companies going bankrupt, companies closing their doors, shuttering their business, right? Hooters just declare bankruptcy and they're closing down 400 plus restaurants, right? America, When the sound of the grinding is low, the sound of work, there's no activity. Right? And what comes with idleness when there's no work? Crime. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right, looking for work. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right? The state of the music industry today is garbage, it's trash. Right? Listen, America the Great is in straits. She's through. Isaiah 24 and 8. The mirth, Isaiah 24 and 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languishes. All the merry hearted do sigh. Right? The merry hearted do sigh. Let's read this in the NLT. Right? There's no, people are not merry, man. There's nothing to be merry about. Isaiah 24, verse 7, NLT. The grapevines waste away, and there is no new wine. All the merrymakers sigh and mourn. Right? And it's going to get worse. Right? This is just the tip of the iceberg. Verse 8, the mirth of tabrets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceases, no happiness. It says here, the noise of them that rejoice cease, endeth, right? That's done. No more rejoicing. People, those that look out of the windows be darkened. People are in despair, right? People don't know if they're going to be able to afford rent. People don't know if they're going to get a paycheck next month. People don't know if they're going to have a job next month. This is what's going on, man. Across the board, everybody's being affected. Verse 9, Isaiah 24 9, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right? People, getting drunk, forgetting about your problems, right? Shall not drink wine with a song. People, there's no escape from the worry and the despair. You know, you get drunk, you get drunk, you're gonna be angry while you're drunk, right? Because you're thinking about your problems. Some people get blackout drunk, they pass out. Now they wake up with a hangover and they're still worried. Right? Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, right? Confusion, America, right? The Hebrew word for confusion is Babal, right? Babylon, Babal, right? The city of confusion, America, is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in, right? You got for lease signs everywhere, boarded up homes, right? Foreclosures, right? And then a vibration of fear, right? People want to remain in their homes out of fear. There's a crying for wine in the streets, right? People want answers. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, right? The mirth, America the Great. The mirth is gone, right? Since 2020, when they came out with the emic, things changed, man. That was a pivotal turning point for America the Great, Babylon the Great. America hasn't recovered. It hasn't recovered, and she's not. Right? Scripture saying no balm for her pain. That's in Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 51 and 8. We'll read from Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Right? The elect are going to be in a spirit of not being invested in America the Great, Babylon the Great. They're going to mentally detach from Babylon, America. They're not invested. The elect are in the mind state of we're going to have to be pilgrims at some point, right? Be not cut off in our iniquity, right? Ultimately, the missiles are coming, right? So we're seeking salvation. And who is our salvation? Yahweh Bashem Shai, Yahweh Shai. For this is the time of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, right? That recompense is the missiles. Verse 7. Behold, Salakia, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai's hand. Right? The Lord set her up, right? America. That made all the earth drunken, right? Drunken with her wine, the wine being her philosophy. The whole world's drunk with the philosophy of America the Great, Babylon the Great. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? You go to Iran, and women are throwing their hijabs into bonfires and declaring they want to be liberal, right? You go to where was it, Kenya or Congo, and they wanted to introduce Skittle Kids uh, indoctrination to their people, right? These nations have drunken over wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Here's the point: Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Right, that's the missiles. But leading up into that, she's in a position of difficulty. But she's going to be destroyed via the missiles, in tandem with the laser beams from the chariots. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Right, and the balm is stimulus, bailouts, cash injections. Right, but it's not going to heal her. She can't be healed. Right, America is circling the drain. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. She can't be healed. Forsake her and forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. Right. And you see a lot of these nations that came to America, the Great Babylon Great, to get money. They're packing up and they're leaving. They're going back home to their native countries. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right. So listen, man. It's going to continue to get worse, man. It says here layoffs could approach 1 million, right? All roads lead to the MOTB. So you lay off 1 million people, right? And there's no jobs. There's no jobs nowhere. 1 million people. You got to give them UBI, man, right? UBI is going to be a bait and switch, man. UBI is going to be the bait and switch for the MOTB, the Revelation 13 verse 16 on down, right? 1 million laid off people. That's a lot of crime, violating one another, people taking people's shit. Because people are going to be in a desperate mindset. Demons going to be on these people out here, man. Right? But yeah, that's it with that. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great Muslim who teach one rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.